me kwa body we say as the kokoko share form now I see a team be as partners we see a Bible no kakra Ephesians 5
preach
now can me person be reading from Ephesians 5:22 to 33 but ewa it me person me tutum offer Ephesians 5:22 or say wives submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do in the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife as Christ is the head of the church. I'm skipping 5:25. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her.
Okay.
Mamiko 28.
But do that so that I speak to Mr. Frank Adofoli, who is the CEO of the Marriage Consult. He's on the line. So do
Cobra.
Okay. So we're joined by Mr. Frank Adofoli on this issue. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, Sena. Thanks for having me.
I hope you're well.
By the grace of God, I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Well, we are talking about spousal killings today. For you, what does the term mean when you say spousal killing? What kind of things does it evoke for you?
All right, thanks for asking. When you talk about spousal, it starts from relationship. It comes from love, crime with passion, crime with intense emotions. It starts from there. So spouse is somebody we are married to or have a relationship with or intimate. So husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, people who are engaged, any of these people, one is killing the other. So if a man kills a woman, that's a spousal killing. If the wife kills the husband, is a spousal killing. And anyone at all can do this. There's no only one gender who is blamed for this. Anybody at all is able to do that.
And there seems to be quite a number of reports in the newspapers nowadays about that happening. In most cases, sometimes it has to do with a man and his girlfriend, a man and his wife. What do you think is accounting for this? Is it the media throwing a lot more light, or this is happening much more prominently than it used to?
All right. With the relationship stuff, with what we are hearing, in fact, I'm glad that these stories are coming into the media space. Because a lot of abuses go on in various houses or homes which are not reported. Or when these things happen, families are able to share the abuser, keep things in. And you meet some of these people, and when they are telling their story, abuse has been happening for a very long time. So I'm happy these things are coming up. And more education, a healthy education, will help curtail or stop some of these madness that is happening. And again, relationship or marriage is not a problem here. It's the individual going to this relationship. They are the problem. So the orientation matters. How we process this matters. How we resolve conflict matters. Our own emotions. When people are talking about anger, jealousy, we're talking about emotion, obsession, emotion. How do you manage your emotions? How do you see love? How do you see relationship? What is your understanding before coming to it? Again, the timing. People get into relationships at the wrong time for wrong reasons. And this contributes to some of the menace we've seen here. And with the men who are the center of this conversation, the way we process things, men don't talk. A lot of our men won't talk. So keep things to themselves. And when they get to that stage, they try to cope with substance, alcohol, weed, and friends. And we have even the married men who had a lot of side chicks just because they could not sit down with their spouse and talk about these things, but they have to go to another person and talk to the person who is not really related to the issue. So when we're talking about spousal killing, it starts from the home. So the individual that go to the relationship or marriage, we should go into relationship at the right timing. And if you are going to relationship, let's have a conversation. a conversation about this thing. How do you process anger? If you have a partner and you step out and the partner is angry, how does he act? When we have a relationship issues and we are talking about it, what are the words that come from your partner? What are the reactions? They run away from the issue. They give you threat. Are they controlling? These little things will give you an idea that who you are with, the person need a help. If the person cannot get a help, the relationship is going to expose the two of you into danger. So it starts with the individual from various homes going into this relationship. If we cannot tackle from there, we always be blaming marriage, relationship, and then sometimes gender, but it's not like that. It starts from the home.
It starts from the home, and you're also talking about the way we process. But are there other factors that because of course there has to be a cause to you to decide to do this. What do you identify as the causes of this usually?
There are many causes, complex and the least one, contributing to Spusal killing. So from the least of it to the highest, somebody will talk about jealousy. Jealousy. Yes, of course, when we love somebody, we care about somebody, we don't want to lose them. That is fine. But to get to the place that you think your life depends on the person, your survival depends on the person. I can't do anything with the person. If I lose the person, my life comes to an end. So losing the person means that I have to kill the person and also kill myself. That is so wrong. And so anything that you are doing that is contributing to that, in terms of your relationship, whether you are investing your time, your money, your resources, whatever it is, or you who feel that I'm not loved, nobody cares about me, I've been rejected, it is the only person who understands me, and I can't lose the person. Or I don't see myself handsome or beautiful, it's the only person who accepted me. Losing the person or come out with a shame. These things come from how we think. So jealousy, people just mention the word jealousy, but when you go to the heart of jealousy, it comes with a lot of things. Anger is one of the causes. When we are upset, we are not happy, something happened that we are not pleased with, how do we react? People, we even read the comments from various pages, something me and my wife do day in, day out. People come to this comment space and then they vent their anger. Somebody says something, you are not happy with what you do you insult the person? The first reaction is insult, without even reading the whole caption or the content. So the same thing with the relationship. People don't really understand their partner. They start with insult. I've gotten you wrong. I don't even ask questions. Why do you say this? Why do you think this? Then the reaction is insult. And next time is if you continue 2 or 3 times, I want to show control or power. So I started hitting the person, threatening the person. So anger, the way we spend time with our anger, and start from the childhood. When our children are angry, what do we do to them? Do we bring them closer? Some are even shaking. What do we do to them? Do we leave them on their own? So the anger thing is a big deal. And if you have somebody who is struggling with anger, so that's who he is, I'm not here. Then we are not helping from there. So anger is one of the big deals. Yes, when we talk about substance abuse, people are abusing various substances, coping, and it starts with alcohol. Sometimes when people are consuming alcohol to that stage, others think it's not a big deal. But it's a big deal. Others may comment that for a man, if you are not drinking, you should smoke. If you are not smoking, you should womanize. You should find yourself in one of these things. So if I'm not smoking, and I'm not tasting a woman, I'm drinking, it's normal within the society. It is not the right thing. So we start consuming these substances. A time will come when you are not happy. Where do you run to? You go and hide in alcohol. And when you get drunk, you don't think well. And imagine you are angry, you are sad, you are feeling bitter, and you are drunk or intoxicated. Your mind is not at a good place. So you take a decision that at the end of the day hurts you. So our mental health, how we process things, matters. We don't need to use substance. We need to talk about it. Men don't talk. Plenty of the men, we don't talk. Even from our childhood, you want to cry. They say, hey, a man. So we should help them talk. And I keep on saying that on Friday, like a day like Friday, like go out. It's true that in Ghana here, women are more than the men. Yes. But when you go to the drinking spot, eatery, the men are more than the women. What are the men doing there? What they spend most time? Don't come to cook. They don't talk about the issue. So if you're with a man who is not happy from workplace, come home, talk to your spouse. Get a friend to explain to the person how you feel. How we feel matters. So we are closer to somebody in terms of relationship. And the person come home, the person is not smiling. It's not about you. Maybe the person is coming home with that trouble. How can we welcome them and let them release those emotions out? What is making you upset? What is making you sad? If you're able to express it, we empty that from our heart. We are lighter. The way we process it will be different. But when we keep this kind of emotion, different one, and anger, a day will come, we will explode. We will explode. So the mental health thing is about talking to the right people. If we don't have the right friends and family to talk about it, let's see for therapy, counselors, psychologists, any of these kind of people around. Again, revenge. People do this revenge thing. You hurt me. You cheated on me. And in a relationship, I have been faithful to you. You have been unfaithful to me. Is that how you are? You are even leaving me for somebody else. Okay, the pains you put me through, I'll let you go through the same pain, experience the same pain. So we have people who behave like that. So with a kind of passion, many of them, if I don't have you, nobody will have you. And that's where the affection comes in. If we cannot be together, we don't need to leave any other person to have you. So I'll take revenge on it. Revenge are coming in various forms. If it's not killing, pouring acid, burning the things I've given to you, pay back how much I've spent on you, your family owns me, they're different form of it, which is happening. And our families see these things, most of them encourage it. Some of them, we don't do that. So we'll go back to the family, as I'll say. If we are blessed with children, and we are spending large number of time with these children, help them grow, and they are on the right path. Whatever they bring home in terms of relationship is something that we are interested in it. Even when we are getting married, how we are involved, we are interested in it. But what kind of partner are they end up with? What kind of partner are we raising? If we can take those things into proper perspective and work at it, I think we will have a safer community or safer country. The abuse will not get to this stage.
So to you, mostly it's about dealing with the emotion. Whenever you have these difficulties, in order to avoid it coming to the point where you do this to your spouse.
Yeah, emotion play a lot of role. In fact, if I like you, you're just a friend. If you do things, it won't hurt me like when we are that state of emotion that you're my lover, I care about you, I'm thinking about you, I dream about you, I want to see you, I look forward to you. No, it tells you the kind of the deep level of the relationship, how close we are. If you are not close, something that happened to you doesn't even affect me. So when we get closer, yes, we will hurt each other one way or other. I'll do things and we're happy about it. But you see, in that relationship, when we learn how to resolve conflict, where you can be able to stay together. People don't know how to resolve the conflict, that is fine. Communication, as you say, is just like a bloodline for every relationship. Let's talk. How many spouses are listening to each other to understand them from their point of view instead of replying? Oh, walk away, who swear, me swear. It's always like when you mention something about men, women come to counter. When you mention something about women come to counter, it's not about man and woman challenging or whatever it is. We love each other. That's why God created these two units for procreation, for the society. So if we love each other, we are meant to be. Why don't we listen to each other? Get to understand each other. Know things from each other's point of view. We are all not the same. Men and women can never be the same. The body structure, the hormones, everything about it, their needs are different. So if you are going to the relationship and I want to be with you as a partner, your needs are something that I need to know. How I can live with you. And come back to knowledge. So let me learn more about you. How to listen to you. How to talk to you. And when we don't understand each other, let's have a conversation about it. So conflict resolution, even at our various home, we don't have a better way to resolve conflict. Sometimes when people are brought in as a mediator, I just think that you're going to report me. So in the marriage space, some people tell you, look, our marriage, in person, be a bit yanka. I don't want anyone to hear of our issue. We stay in, we don't tell anybody whatever is happening. We don't bring in anybody, so abuse continue. But we are not happy with something, we cannot even resolve it. Who do we fall on? Already we have locked ourselves, we have isolated ourselves. So when we are even shouting inside, nobody even know what is happening. And next time we realize something has gone wrong, and people wish we know early. So how we resolve the conflict? We don't know the skills. If we don't know the skills and we have gotten to a place we cannot resolve, let's look for somebody to help us. So the emotions are at the heart of it. But you see, relationship comes with work. It comes with a certain set of tools. Know the tools, know how to use them, and you can learn how to live with everyone that we get along with or we want to be with.
What would you suggest? And I get hints from your responses to my question that to you, main tool to use is most at times communication, not always among yourself, but also with people you can trust, who you believe can help you. But what else would you suggest that people do to ensure that they don't get to this position?
You are asking besides communication, what can people do so
yes.
that we cannot get to where we are?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just provide some simple tips. All of us get angry one way or other. So when you are getting overwhelmed, before you even get to a state that you are angry, you know it. Something is happening, you are uncomfortable about it. And the thing is making you feel bad. And then you are there enduring it. Instead of to tell yourself that, look, what I'm hearing, what is happening is making me feel bad. It's making me feel overwhelmed. So you know what? I need some break. 10 minutes or 1 hour to calm down. So probably when I come back, we can have a good conversation. Just a little time out, you won't do this. So somebody who is feeling uncomfortable is telling another person, Mr. Jai, why are you troubling? And then we are trying to control somebody. Why we cannot even control our own emotions? So we get to a place that we are angry. So you see somebody beating the other person, and you're happy with the men a lot. They beat the wife or do something to the wife and say, look, you have caused me to beat you. You caused me to assault you. Why did I do that? I didn't cause you. Why will you blame me? What you are saying is, I'm angry, and you have contributed to that anger. But you who got angry, you know that something was happening to you. You could excuse yourself and find a better way to manage your anger, but you won't do that. So most of the issues here is, if we cannot have a positive conversation, which is the communication, the negative one that we are resolving, we can use conflict to resolve that. Anger is at the heart of it. So when you are getting to a place that you are getting angry, take a break. Ask for time out. It could be 30 minutes, to 1 hour, it could be 2 hours, 3 hours. When you calm down, you are more calmer, you can come to the conversation. That is one. The other aspect you also need to know is, we are two. We are different. Our background, how we have been trained, everything about us is different. So the way we resolve things and the way I resolve things is different. The way you look at things, the way I look at things is different. The way I do things and the way you do things is different. How can we do things together? Can we listen to each other and find the better way to do it? And that's where the compromise comes in. Let me just bend small. Let me move from my usual way of doing things. Let me adopt something new. Learn from my partner's perspective, or my partner learn from my perspective. Let's do something different that can keep the relationship, that can save the relationship, that we can get to that space of saving the relationship. Of course, other things that we also need to know is trust is at the heart of the relationship. You cannot be saying A and be doing B. So we are on the same page that we trust each other. Let's do things that will show the trust. Let's be open. You won't be hiding stuff. They'll be fighting about a mobile phone for the things that we are hiding for our spouse. And you tell somebody, like, look, I trust you. You should also learn to trust me. But don't touch my phone. Don't get closer to me. The question is, what are you hiding? So when there's something pop out of the mobile phone, it's not about the mobile phone. It's about the people. So we have to be open, clear. So in terms of trust, if we are going to build a trust, we have to be honest about each other. Whatever we agree on, let's work with that. Whatever we disagree on, if we cannot resolve it, let's look for somebody else to help us. Let's agree on that. And in every relationship, I'll recommend that once in a week, couples to just have a time to sit down and talk about each other. What are the things we are doing well that we can continue doing those things? What are the things that we need more help, or we need to find a better way of doing it? Or if we need to seek for help, let's do that. We can be reviewing the relationship every week. In fact, we'll go better. We'll get that good place that we know that, look, whatever we are doing, even our children will learn from us. We start building different family or a community. That will be safer. So yes, as I'm saying, communication counts here. How to resolve a conflict here. How to manage your own anger also matters. And then learn how to also do things together as a different people. So compromise also comes in here.
Councillor, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Mr. Frank Edem Adofoli, a CEO of the Marriage Consult Limited, joining us on this conversation we are having on spousal killings. Let me also indicate that we are expecting Baba Sadiq to join us in studio. Baba Sadiq is one of the aspirants to the aspirants to be NDC parliamentary candidate for Okaikwe Central. So he's aspiring to be NDC parliamentary candidate for Okaikwe Central, and he'll be joining us in the studio to tell us why he's decided to take that step and how it's all going so far. Bugachi was on the Bible.
Yeah.
You are going to 28?
Yeah. Now I got 28. Because maybe I say